Okay, so yeah, Tenacious Earl here. Weird. Hey, Saturday afternoon. It's a mystery. And and I muted something that I didn't want to have muted there, but that's okay. I'll mute it again because I was hoping to have some music for you, but instead the great thing about my technology is that I still don't know how to use it. So operator error is always a possibility. So I'm billing this as mystery. Now I don't have the stupid hat and the stupid glasses. I mean, I'm sorry. I know that you guys are all about my wacky fashion sense or lack thereof. But so mystery, and the reason it's a mystery is because first off, yesterday was kind of a strange thing. I put a video up and my mood was iffy, and I was happy to get the package that I got, but I also kind of like just had, I don't know, it's one of those things. Sometimes you I don't know, there's probably a word that could be made for it, but the feeling that you get something but then you don't really know what you're going to do with it. And so that's kind of where I was at yesterday. And so I had I had a couple people comment and about the sort of the tenor of the video that I put up, and the unboxing, which usually unboxings are kind of like, whoa man, I got the greatest thing ever, dude, like, and I didn't quite do that. Of course, that's not even my character, so if you guys have been around here this long and haven't figured out, I'm not exactly like Mr. I mean, if I get a couple beers in me, I can kind of be the life of the party, maybe, or at least I'll be really mellow life of the party, which isn't really life of the party, but you get it. So anyway, yeah. So let's get to the mystery, and not the Mystery Machine, which is from Scooby-Doo, which is fun in its own right. Probably even more fun if you've been partaking in whatever psychedelic whatever you like, which you may or may not like. But let's go ahead and come up here, and the mystery is the mouse. Whoa, you see all the little like cursor that goes across the screen when I'm pointing at certain things? That is what does it. It is this thing. I don't know if you've ever seen one before. It usually it'll eat your cheese, but in this case it just helps the cheesy jokes come to you. Now, that's not what it is. The mystery is we've got BALTUSROL Farm Golf Club. We've got Empire Oaks Country Club East Course out of one of my favorite cities in the world, which is, it says Pittsford, New York, which is the geographically correct answer, but it's the greater Rochester area and the site of many a U.S. Open. And we've got Motown Crown Golf Club in Detroit, Michigan, and we've got Thousand Lakes Pro Course, Blaine, Minnesota. So this is TPC Twin Cities. This is Detroit Golf Club, Oak Hill, BALTUSROL. We are in Lake Flynn, and that means we will be doing some American Open. So let's get her going. So I'll tell you, and again, that was part of the reason I was like a little bit down, is I was waiting for that. And when that didn't come and I got the other thing, and I knew the other thing was coming, it was just sort of like a minor letdown because I had so many other things like in my mind that I wanted to do. So let's go ahead and move it over to this screen right here, which is not really what I want. I want that. So we've got, let's do this. 2019 American Open, BALTUSROL Farm Country Club. This was a farm owned by a guy named BALTUSROL a long time ago. So Keith Avalone in the write-up, which I have seen, has detailed the story, or at least a good portion of it. And so hopefully when this becomes available in about a week and a half, actually might even, yeah, I think it's a week and a half. I forget what the actual release date is. It's very soon, and I should look it up. You can go ahead and order your copy of this course as well as the others, which is kind of neat. But this is going to be a $10 million purse, so whoever wins this will be able to buy a bunch of the signature BALTUSROLs that they sell in the Clubhouse Grill. They are coated in Jersey Swamp Scum, which is a special flavoring that you can only get in Jersey. No offense to anybody from New Jersey watching this. I'm sure you guys already know what you're dealing with. But so it's a 156 player field, and so this is my screen for entering all this stuff. But just not to go through all of that at the moment. I don't really want to deal with that. What I would like to say is my just a second, I've got to do something here, and I hope, okay, cool, it stayed there, because this is our little screen. And so because I was trying to be as shifty as I am, I don't have the window up that I really would like to have, so bear with me as I bring it up. But let me describe what's going on. I have I took the top 130 in the Tenacious Cup points. That's kind of the starting point in this 156 player field. And because this is an open, usually you have like qualifiers and that kind of, malarkey that, how do you effectively do that when you're, being a chemist most of the time, and I don't have all that much time to just sit there and play. So how do I do that? Well, this is what I decided. This is sort of like what I consider to be the fair estimate. I took the top 26 players from the Slacker Tour. So these guys don't usually get a chance on the deal, on the TGT. Sorry, I'm trying to explain stuff and also fiddle, and I'll get there eventually. So that's kind of like what I felt like was the best way to accomplish having some other guys who can provide a little more flavor, let's say. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. So I'm just going to try and include so we're going to do the first couple rounds. I'm not going to worry about the injuries. Maybe we won't have any. We'll see. So, and also, let me just say that RJL, who's in the chat here, he is also running a tournament. It's kind of, he's calling it his Q School. You're welcome to go check it out. Hopefully after you watch this, but, if you're interested in that, more interested in that than this, I can handle that. But please do check it out. It sounds like tomorrow he's going to play the final round, which I don't know. That's yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the whole thing today or if I'm going to play some of it tomorrow. So we will see. But it's going to be a BALTUSROL. We got these cards in, and hopefully we get a chance to get a really good look at a tough course. Now, the way that I have to do these, I have to go through and take them in order to, and so in setting this up, I've got to find every golfer and basically like sort it out so that I know I've got all the golfers I need. So unfortunately, that means that they're kind of sorted. So what I need to kind of do to start here is just find a way to do some level of randomization, which is not easy to do. And I shouldn't have set those up first because, you know. So this is kind of like my way. If you go buy like sleeves, I know some people are doing that. I know, and also Keith through his site has also recommended that you could even create your own cards, and there's kind of a neat recommendation that my friend Craig told me about that I had never seen on their sort of like news and articles kind of thing, where it helps. It's a different approach to like rest, so that you don't have the same golfers at the top of every tournament. I have weeks where players take off, but Keith introduced a system where basically for the events that aren't as good, you give those top golfers like a weaker rating, so it kind of like deadens their ability to just keep racking up wins. And as we've seen here on this tour, Dustin Emmerich has been a machine, and so I've done the best I can here. Again, these things are kind of tough to shuffle up because of their texture and stuff. If you have sleeves, it probably makes it a lot easier. They'll kind of be glossy and all that good stuff. So, but we're going to try and get the first 3 rounds in this sitting. If I can not lose any cards in this process and not sustain a life-threatening paper cut or anything like that. So here we go. We've got a big old clump of stuff. And part of me wants to split it in half and part of me doesn't, but I think I'm going to have to because it's just way too much to manage. I don't usually do this online because the chances of failure or funny moments, ridicule, maybe embarrassing is more the ticket, not funny. Funny for you, embarrassing for me. How about that? But, you know, now just trying to get them into a pile is the challenge of the day. It feels like a somewhat less complex Rubik's Cube, which I never figured out how to solve anyway. I mean, I just didn't have the patience. I figured out how to solve it. I just did the old pull the stickers off thing, and then it's basically ruined. But that was when I was a kid and I was stupid, and well, maybe I still am stupid, but I don't know. I didn't really have the patience to deal with the Rubik's Cube. I was watching an episode of, the reason it came to mind is I was watching an episode of Barney Miller the other day, which I was somewhat surprised that Barney Miller ran to the point where the Rubik's Cube came into vogue. But it did, and they had an episode of a guy that was in Mensa who was also like a petty thief or whatever. So, but he was able to just like grab the Rubik's Cube and solve it in a very short amount of time, which basically it was set up to be able to solve in a very short amount of time. But anyway, all right, so I think we're about as good as we're going to be here in what I would call randomized land. So, okay, so see, I had all this stuff kind of like off to the side because I didn't want you guys to get tipped off what was going on. I was thinking you guys were going to think, oh boy, he's going to announce he's never going to broadcast anything ever again. Woohoo! And then, no, just kidding. You guys aren't that lucky. Just kidding. You might be. No. All right, so again, we do this. We got morning and afternoon, and you know, we cut it in about half. Doesn't have to be exact. And then we cut it again 8 ways to Sunday. So there's 4, and now we will go more. Yeah, well, we'll just go with that, even though, so they say you don't have to have it perfect, but you know, you always get the guy like me who wants to do it absolutely positively perfect and everything, and you know, you can just sit here grinding the gears. Alright, that's pretty close. Let's try to get these. So we've got the sheet off to the side here. I'm not going to show it, but you guys can just follow along. I'll tell you what each roll that I get does, and hopefully you guys will follow along and be happy and leave comments. Hold on, before I get started with that, let's just go ahead and take a look. And let me see, can I put this over here? I'm going to put that up there so you guys can just see the running total. Okay, because I am going to go with a D20. This is takes a little longer, but it's sort of my safeguard because I use a lot of custom cards. Alright, have I run out of chips during a round? Yes, I did, and I recently grabbed a bunch of these out of my poker chip set, which they really do not work very well. I'm sure that there have been others who have, you could probably buy them, maybe even from Keith, or you could probably contact them and say, yo, Keith. Don't say yo, Keith. That's kind of a real slapdash way to get in touch with somebody. But, you know, you could say, hey, Keith. Maybe hey, Keith is even that way too. But Mr. Avalone, would you be willing to sell me any of those extra chips? I know you have a thing on your little miscellaneous section on the shop that's just random purchases for like $5 or $10 or whatever. If I sent you one of those, can you send me a bunch of chips, and how many, you know, what can we do? And he'll probably do it for you. So that would be one way to go about it. The other thing is you might be able to find some kind of like box of 10 million chips for, you know, like of the little, like, they're kind of like tiddlywink chips, if I recall correctly. Maybe a little smaller than that. But, you know, you can get like 3,256,722 for, I don't know, $15,000. I don't know, or something like that. I don't know. I'm kind of in a goofy mood. Don't often use the actual chips. Mark the chip status on the scorecard. That's an interesting way to do it, Larry. I guess I didn't really. I may try that with Slacker when I'm doing it offline. When you're in the midst of playing with people, this is why I do the score sheet that's automated, because it takes a little extra time to, you know, scribble it out and stuff. And to add extra notes. Okay, so the first group, let's go. And the first group, if I would turn my sheet to the right side, I put it on the Tourney Perks and Issues side, and that's not going to help me right now, is 45. And so the making the cut is a little easier for you to follow at home, because if it's in the teens, the 20s, the 30s, or the 50s, if they're not matched, you take the difference between the white, or the higher number, and the lower number, and that is the number of draw golfers you take at first. So in case of, but see, in the 40s it's different. It's always draw one, top 4. But as I said, and this is going to take me a little longer in this case, but I want it to be good. I want to try and have it as random as I can get it. I'm going to lay them out here. 6, 7, 8, and I'm not going to be able to show them all because my view, and with the with this guy, with this guy, and with that guy there, it just kind of like limits what I'm doing as far as the zoom and all this stuff. So that's what do we got? 11. So when we roll the d20, if it's above 11, we're re-rolling, which means it's going to be above 11. That's a 14. So let's do it again. 4. And it will be, the draw golfer will be Steve Runyon. Oh boy, that's bright. That is bright. Whew. That's as bright as you guys. Let's so you're gonna lose the green of the thing, but then you can see the card a little better. So Steve Runyon, and now the top 4. Remember the 40s? That's what that is. So Harley Villanueva is a 4B. He's probably not going to make it. He's won at least a tournament. Dustin Emmerich, he was right near the top. He'll get in. Celestino Garcia, Justin Wallace. So 4B is the first guy out right now, and we got a bunch more to check. There's a 3C of Kenneth Hahn, so Harley Villanueva is Villain No More. Then you got Aditya Klein. So the random naming engine I used puts a bunch of names in there that just I should have taken them out, but then I got to using them so much. So maybe what I should do for next year is to try and come up with some like nicknames for these guys. So like Aditya can be like, you know, I don't know, Bubba Klein, Enrique Magallanes. So he knocks out Kenneth Hahn. We have 3 more. Eddie Sykes. So that means we currently have a tie at the top. 1C, so that will knock out both of those guys. That's Heath Sommers. So the 3 A's are gone. So now we've got 2B as kind of the breaking point now. 3A, Todd Aarons. All right, so there are the 4. And that's a pretty hefty top group. Just a second, guys. Just a second. So we have, my child has a friend who, I guess they don't teach phone manners, although I think my son is just as bad, probably. So maybe I need to teach some phone manners. Here's the second one. Oh, and I forgot to write it down on my chart. That was 5, right? Fibber. 14, again, we take 4 minus 3. That's going to be 3 draws. And then the top will be outstanding. And you know what? It will be. It will be an outstanding top. 3. This guy, see, I can tell that the thickness is different, and that's why I'm doing this, because it tends to lead to tough cuts. All right, so that's 8. We got all 8 on this time, so we can go up to 16 and 9. That's going to be this guy right here, and it's Greer Copeland III. That's the first one, and we said the top, the draw 3. So now we've got 7 left. The 14. There's 8, so 7 and 8, because we got this one drawn. 7, 8. Ji-Woon Ko. I think we saw him in the last tournament. Number 2, and now number 3. We got 6. We can go up to 18. There's 16, so that we're going to go 18, 17, 16. Tom Sudbury, he makes the cut. Woohoo! All right, now the top one is outstanding after that. And I was wrong. Zephaniah Scott. That was, so maybe they're closer than I think. There's Dominic Jensen, a couple of 4Bs. Jason Huffman's a 3B. A 4A, Hudson Parsons. And there's a 2A for John Westinghouse. He will be outstanding. These other schmoes are going to be trying to figure out which channel has the final rounds. Oh man, that tastes so good. I was so thirsty. It's warm in this room. Alright, so we're up to 9. 9 in. This is when I wish I had a couple monitors. I have to flip between everything. Third group, 46. Again, that's a 1 and 4. Anytime you're in the 40s, 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 11 group. How about that? We had 11, 8, 11. So we're going to draw one of them. Bing! 14 again on the 11. How about that for deja vu all over again? 10. It'll be this guy. It's off screen. Steve Fauci makes the cut, and then it's going to be the top after that. So I'm just going to take the first 4 off the guy, off the John, and little Philly talk there. So Burke Yielding, CJ Hope, Damari Ramsey, Dwayne Bradshaw. This guy ain't gonna last long. See, Todd Mann even knocks him out, and Todd Mann's pretty pathetic. So 4B is the lowest. Now it's Malcolm Wiles. See if he stays a while. Yunli Song. Goodbye, Damari. See you tomorrow. Damari, I mean. Okay, so now we're up to 3C. There's 3A for Joshua New. So Malcolm is no longer... Well, he was in the middle, now he's no longer on the end. So Kenji Morita knocks out CJ Hope. He's lost all hope of winning this tournament. And now we need a 3... This card here needs to be a 3A or less in order to make the cut. But it's Jim Zeit Hoffer, and he is a 4A. He's actually a slacker guy, and he's going to go playing his next slacker tournament that he's going to enter. Okay, so that's another 5 in. Need to pick up the pace here a little bit, eh? We'll be here all day. 56. So this is another one where we get to do the old subtraction, and so 6 minus 5 is 1. So we'll draw 1, and then we'll take the top 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, no 12. Oh well. No 11 and 12. That was a cool song. I used to love that. I used to love Sesame Street. Those were the days. Okay, so we got 10. We just need to draw one of them, so we can take any number that comes up and it's 5. Frederick Rhodes. A Rhodes Scholar in this one, as he makes the cut. A 4C, making the cut in the American Open. So now we're going to get 5 in off the top. Carson Rodell, Rudy Wallace, Wyatt Sells. What does he sell? I don't know. Okay, so we got, that's the top 5 at the moment. We got 4 cards. 4A is the worst. There's another 4A. Can we get under 4A? 5A is Jeffrey Hahn. No way. 3B. So there is a tie with Samson Tucker and Jeremiah James, and that knocks out Ramon Zavala, Dustin Jimenez. And now we will have 5 unless it's a 3C. It's a 4A, Wayne Harper. So Harper Valley PT go home. Doing all sorts of stupid puns and crap that nobody likes. So there's 6. So we're up to 20 through 4. A little ahead of pace. We'd like to keep it like to keep it 70 to 80 golfers if possible. There's 36. So that's 3 and 3. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. We're going to draw 3 of them. 13. And I'm trying... I need to take a look at the window. So 13 is right here. We have 10. Franz Ackel makes the cut. So now we're to 9, and we're going to start right here at the count for 1. There's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the very, very end. Braden LaSalle Jr. One more draw, and we'll start at the very beginning because that was the last of the deals there. And so we have 8. 15 will get us to the second to last. Mike Keller. All right, so that is draw 3, and now we take the top 3 after that. Myung Cho. Delmo Mazzanti is on the bubble. No longer on the bubble. He gets knocked out by Gale Honorado. Goro Morisaki knocks out Alan Kelly. Now, Morisaki is a guy that was not... So he was in the newest PNG, but wasn't in my first tour, so he got relegated to the slacker. Can he make the American Open cut and maybe make a little bit of money in the process? 3C, so we got a tie with Denny Rowetter. And finally, it's going to knock them both out. Alec Newcomb with a 3B. Drops out Bedwetter and Morisaki. That's a sad, sad day for baseball. For golf. Actually, it's a bad day for baseball. That's the quote. It's from The Simpsons. It's from the Here Come the Pretzels episode. So there's another 6. And here come the pretzels. Let's see. Let me take a look at the chat here. I'm being real goofy and I'm ignoring you guys, and I feel bad because I should be not ignoring you guys. What would a tenacious tournament be without Darth Emmerich? Well, you'd get a lot of bad Yoda sayings you'd get. How about that? Hey, Larry. See ya. So, so the last tournament is what it looked like without Darth Emmerich, because I told him, you need to take the week off. You're winning too much, man. You're taking all the drama out of it. 15. Now, remember, 11 leads to that. So, RJL, I don't know if you've seen that happen in any of my tournaments, but if you start a tour, which wouldn't surprise me if you did, if you're going to buy a bunch of courses, then your eventual trajectory will be to start a tour. And one of the things you can do to make the tour more interesting is when you get an 11, you go to the golfer injury option, which you can find at the free stuff on the website. So we don't have an 11 here, but just pay attention because we might get one. You never know. So we need draw 4 and then the top after that. So Larry has been trying. See, it's funny because this tour has taken me a long time. He's been trying to play through and kind of like mirror me in what he does. So I don't know if he's been doing the same, and he's not going to be able to do the American Open at Baltusrol at least for a couple more weeks. But if he does, that'd be great. But yeah, so he's been doing that. So my ability to keep after this tour is just kind of like scatter shot. So we've got 9 and a 14. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, Tyler Ochoa. So that is the first of 4 draws. We've got 8 left. 8 and 16, so we start from here. This is the way I do it. I start from the next one in line. So we go to here, and it is Caden Vincent. So we're getting to some, this may be a lot of my custom cards. We got 7 now, and 4. It'll be right here at the end. There is Gil Granbury makes it on the draw. 1B, so that might leave a 2A, a 2B maybe even, available for that top golfer remaining. And now another 4, so he was at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. David Alvestad. Okay, so now we've got the top golfer left. We'll go on. Jimmy Kimes is a 3A. So because Gil Granbury goes, maybe one of these guys is the ticket. Here's Yi Chen, who is a 4A, no good. 3B, Kaisen Roca. Nope. Mateo Soto, 3B, does not get it done. Last, but probably not least, it's a 3B. It is Connor Messick. He misses the cut. And Jimmy Kimes gets in. He thanks the heavens that Gil Granbury went because that opened up the slot for him. He's like, woohoo, I want to make some money, man. Actually, he's made a couple, at least one TV broadcast. 5 in that one. 4 and 1. Oh. When it gets cold, when it gets hot, and my soda in there is as ice cold as I can get it. Oh boy. It's like drinking heaven. Okay. 35 is draw 2. And we're almost done with the morning rounds here. Moving them up a little too high, hey? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, unlucky 13. Uh-oh. Something bad's going to happen here. We're going to get like a 5C or something. So we draw 2. And we had 13, so that means we're going to roll like, no, we're going to roll 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got unlucky 13. We got lucky 7. It's Remington. Remington Steele, not Remington Ramirez. Now down to 12 and a 19. 8, 6, 7, 8. It is Ruben Riggs. Ruben. Not just a sandwich. Top 3. Look at this. We're going to have a bunch. Oh, there's Ellis Moberly, Gorange Chowdhury, and Lucas Bergman. So we got a trio of pretty bad golfers there. These two, well, they're a heck of a lot better than me, but you can see that the 5A is not going to last. There's 4B for Roland Webster. Garanch, who is a Slacker Tour combatant, gets kicked. 4C. Samson Peterson, who won a couple of tournaments early on, he is out. And you look at his card, it's not that good. Duffer, scatter, semi-duffer, and a scatter. Does have laser, but Alec Nolan, another 4B. Look at this. We're getting a bunch of 4Bs. There's a 3C. So we really need another one that's... We got 4 left. We need another one that's lower than 4B because we'd like to get rid of all those. We don't want to carry those over if we can help it. Another 4B, Roger Bellino. Another 4B, Glenn Frissard. Come on, how about a 4A? Yanni Nijima, 4C. Can we get a break? 3A, Elaine Zelderloo. That will knock out all these 4Bs. See you later, alligators. So it was draw 2, top 3, and these are the top 3. Elaine Zelderloo is another one like the Gorange, as well as, who is the other guy? Goro Murasaki. But Elaine will make the cut. So that's 5 more. So we're at 36. It'd be nice to have like a 12 or a 13 on this roll. Or a 23. Anything that's lower. 13! Ugh, I called it. Ugh. Draw 2. Top 1. Now I'll get 10 top. 10 that are the top is the same. Now this is a short pack, so only 7 at the most. But let's draw our 2. T2. No. This guy is the first. Gary Patel. Second is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bing! Dallas Downs. And now the top. Who is left? Boyd Yeager is 3C. Shane Sterling 4A. Darren Sears a 4A. Nope. 1C. Rance Aberley knocks out Yeager. And 3A Jay Gun Woo. A woo woo woo. And so there is 3. And that brings us in at, wrong digit, 39, which would mean 78 if we duplicate that. Hopefully we don't. I'd like it to be a little less. But still, serviceable. Okay. So that's the first half of the making the cut. Already downloaded and printed. I should have guessed, RJL. You seem to be a guy who's on top of things. So got all your ducks in a row, at least at this point. But yeah. So now we're going to do the same thing again. We've got 2. Let's try and cut this in half. Cut this. Try and cut it in half. Okay. Cut it in half again. Bing. So, Saturdays. Went and played disc golf this morning. It was lots of fun. I don't know if you guys have ever played it. Pretty low impact, although if you have shoulder injuries, you might want to consider your technique. There's a couple different ways you can approach disc golf. Backhand and forehand. Backhand's the way that everybody kind of like learns, where you're just like that. Forehand's where you flick it, and that's got a lot less impact on your shoulder. So, but anyway, I thought it's a lot cheaper than golf. So another great thing about it. You don't have to break the bank to play 18. You could actually get probably 36 in for hardly anything, depending on what course you have. Okay, afternoon groups. 25. That's going to be draw 3. And we've got 11, so we're going to draw 3 in the first one. We just have to wait until it's... Okay, we got 5. I was going to say it needs to be 11 or under. Marshall Weber is first. So now we're down to 10. That makes it a lot easier. So 17 will be here. Dave Simonowicz Jr. And now with 9, the last draw is going to be 20. That's not going to work. We need up to 18. 1. That'll be Gary Zakowski, who's 1. former winner on the tour. And now we take the top 2. There's Ozzy Valenti and Toshio Takai. 5-8 Chris Funk, no. Chico Fonseca will knock out Takai. Tord Thorson. Dale George would tack on. Sincere Grant, no. 4A. And then 4B Joey Manini. So we're going to have Dale George and Ozzy Valenti tied at 3C. They will both make the cut. So that gives us 6. Pile 2. 15. Draw 4. $10. So we're going to draw 4, and it's going to be 5. So that's the first one. Peter Ladas. 3. It'll be this guy. Shinji Kanishi. 2 more. So that's 20. That's not going to work with 8. 12. Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Gareth Leonard, another low, or another top golfer, so that should open up the top remaining. Zach Cameron, a 5A, makes it. So now let's see. We have one top that goes in. Well, it's going to be Trent McAdams unless there's a tie. Robards, Gerald Ashley, no. Bob Demmelmeyer, no. 2B. 2A, Evan Aldrich, no. 3B, Danny Gallatin. So those guys all miss out. McAdams makes the cut. It's a 5. Okay. So we have 6 piles left. 56. This is going to be a 6er, at least. Okay, only 9 this time. Just drawing 1. Number 4. Alan Duvall. And now the top 5 remaining. Okay, so Smokey Novak, John Reisner, Gooch Wilborg. These 2 guys will make it for sure. We've got 3 more cards to check. 4B, Ernest Sutton, no way. 4A, Tagaki Yamasaki, nope. And a 3B, which that makes it a little tougher. So it's going to be 7 in this grouping who make it. The 1 draw and the 6 are ties. So we're up to 57. I'd like to see a couple of low rolls now. Things are getting a little discombobulated there. Okay, 24. That will probably do a good job for us as a lower number. Draw 2, top 2. Okay, 9 again. So we're going to draw 2 of them. Number 3, Nishiki Kawahara. 2, so this guy here is Hayden Livingston. Okay, now the top 2 after that. John Hudspeth as a 4B and Samir Webb a 3B. I'd say Samir has a chance. Hudspeth not so much. So he misses out with Andy Jansen getting in below him. 2C, for Fabio Antonucci, knocks out Jansen. 4B, Newt Washburn. 2B, Adam Trenchard, knocks out Samir Webb. So those are the top two, are Trenchard and Antonucci. That gives us 4. So we're at 61 with 4 left. Got to average 4 and change. There's a 5er. Gonna draw 2. No, yeah, draw 2, top 3. So there's 9. First one, Rogelio Ryan. So draw 2. The next one, Jay Laufenberg. Okay, so now draw 2 in top 3. Okay. Palmiro Cavallari, Torre Bingen, and Terry Berry. So Torre is a slacker member. Bob Kleckner ties him and knocks out Berry. And there's a tie with Canepa. Tuminello, this is not good. So Clive Kenny misses that, but there's 5, and 2 is 7. I get so stressed out about it. It doesn't really make a difference because you can just take out the lowest designation on your 3rd and 4th round calculations if you really are in a pinch. Okay, this one will be 22. That is the top 2 golfers only. And that is a helper in that thing. So we're going to go through here. So Tyler Gentry, Jaco Pentila, Adrian Hyde, a 4B, knocks out Pentila. 2B, Carlos Solari. So we're only taking the top 2. There's a 3B for Derek Young, another Slacker Tour guy. Allie Nelson, 5C. 3C, Nick Yarlett misses out. 4B, Abdiel Youssef. 1A, Martin Van Dyke knocks out Derek Young. And 4A, Trevor Nowen misses. So it's going to be Carlo and Martin Van Dyke. The top 2. So 70. We need to average 5. 55 is going to be the top 5 golfers. So let's get them out here. Lanny, Brendan Singleton, Brian Bauer, Leroy Castillo, 4B, Tatsuo Shono. 4C knocks out Brendan Singleton. That's Kirk Redwine. Kirk Redwine, you're going away. You won't make the cut this time. Don't be too sad when everybody else makes some money. So what did we say? We had the top 5, and we are gonna be in this case where we get help. So Leon Bay with the 4A tops in below the 4 Bs. So we've got 5 in there now. Will Janis, Nate Killo, Tatsuo miss out. So it's going to be Sonny Lemons, Leroy Castillo, Lanny Saxerholt, Brian Bauer, and Leon Bay. If there's anybody, if you ever listen to Camptown Races, that gives you an idea of what you should do for this tournament, because you should always bet on the Bay. And no, I'm not proud of myself. It's pretty pathetic. Okay, can we have a 5 or less? We want a high number of 5 or less. 12! Woohoo! Draw 1 top golfer remaining. So that will get us well below 80, and I can sleep well at night. No, I don't lose sleep over this game, usually. Okay, Okay, so we're going to draw 1, and we've got 9, so 7. John Mulkers. What a name. It's a fun name. Now the top golfer left. What do we got? 3C is Ethan Mcmillan. He's going to beat Sheridan Cook Jr., but Benicio Vasquez is going to knock out Mcmillan. Elliott Strong won't make it. Augie Cameraman's a tie. Parker Melton. Craig Angelo, those guys aren't there, and neither is Jason Olinger. All right, so we're going to take 3 in, and so that will be our cut figure of 78 golfers. That's pretty nice. That's what we want. That's pretty awesome. I don't know. So get a baggie. I'm gonna pack up all of the missed cut golfers. I need to be politically correct with these guys. These guys get really touchy if you start talking bad about them. And I swear, this is just, it's not beer, it's not liquor, it's not wine before it's time, it's just plain old soda. So I'm just this stupid most of the time. Guess what? The only outstanding golfer is John Westinghouse, so I'm going to turn him over because I just want him to be. I always like the outstandings to be, clandestine. So I just want to make sure that we don't know who that is. And here, I'll shuffle it up a little bit for you. Here. It's hopefully that makes things a little bit more dramatic for all of us. We don't like to just automatically give somebody something. Which, there are a couple of selections on the third round that will get you. Duda. So, RJL still listening into my insanity. Yeah. The thing is that they just haven't found a facility desperate enough to take me yet. That's the trouble. It's not that there aren't facilities out there to take people as depraved and messed up in the head as me. It's just finding one that has lost all of its dignity. Okay. Where's that? There they are. I bought this little box where you put things like screws and it's like a tool. It's like something for your garage bench top or whatever, and I bought it to put all my dice and things in. So we will now get to our third round where we set up the final round leaderboard. It will be fun, and if it isn't, you can go watch, I don't know, Bonanza or something. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to show you the whole tabletop here. You know what? Sure I will. Why not? Why not? What's preventing me? Woo! Okay, it's not the whole tabletop, but we're at a point now where I think we can zoom it out a little bit here. You're like, Earl, you should have done that sooner, man. I could have seen all those cards. I know you're making it up as you go along. Okay, we need 7. So I still don't have a way I like for 7. It's kind of weird. Let's do it in half. Do it in half again. I mean, you just go back, jack, and do it again. Wheel turning round and round. Okay, now we're going to cut all these, and that will get us You know what? Those are pretty similar. I'm just going to go ahead and cut these two, and that should get us there. I can move this over a little bit. Alright, that's good enough. So, we now roll on the chart that comes to the right. Actually, it's right here. You can kind of see it out of the very top of the camera. You can't make anything out because I don't want you to. No, just kidding. I'm a jerk like that. So here we go with the first of the third rounds. It's going to be 24, which is the top golfer contends with A and gets a tourney perk or issue. So let's see. What am... Oh, that's not going to do any good. Let's... Just a second. I'm going to redo my layout a little more. I'm trying to help you guys out here just a tad. So you can see what I'm going to put here. So we need to find the top golfer is basically the rub of the green. Pun intended. Alright, you're not going to be able to see the cards that are underneath it. Oh well. Here, I'll do this. These guys are kind of halfway anyway. They're like contenders. Okay, so let's take the top golfer. Tor Bingen is a 4A. Is he going to last? Well, for that one, Christian Canepa. There's Dustin Emmerich. He will be top. Let's see, what was that? 24. Top golfer with A. And he will get a perk or issue. And let's just see anybody else. Enrique, Heath Summers, Steve Foshee, Joshua New. Alright, so what do we need to do with those guys? All finished with C+, so we'll put these guys right over here on top of C+. And then I'm going to put Dustin Emmerich into this right here. And we'll roll for him later. Do you want me to be honest with you? Kind of hoping he gets an issue. But if he doesn't, if he gets something real good, then we'll just make sure it works. So okay, next pile. So Emmerich clearly in the final round. There's 25. Draw golfer contends with A. So let's there's 9. We're going to draw one of them. It is a 14. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Carlo Solari, we saw him recently. He contends with A. He's going to be there in the same group as Emmerich, or the same general group. He'll get a perk or issue. And what else? Top golfer contends with A-. So let's go ahead and take a look. Kleckner's a 4A. That's not going to probably work out. Kawahara, Hayden Livingston, Adam Trenchard. So these guys are out. What do we got now? 2C, Fabio Antonucci, no. Rogelio Ryan is a 4A. 2C, Kenji Morita, no. 1A Martin Van Dyke. He will be at A-. Is that correct? A-. And then others finish with C. So we've got those two guys that are always around already figured out. Next group. 26. Draw a golfer with A-. Others finish with B-. So we're going to draw. There's 9 again. So let's draw the golfer that is going to contend with A-. 8. This guy here, Ji Woon Ko. I think we saw him last tournament. So who misses out? You should, if you bet on the Bay, too bad. Brian Bauer, Saxerholt, Castillo, Lemons, Mulkers, Copeland III, Sudbury. They're all going to finish with B-. Fourth pile. 12. Top golfer with A+. Others finish with B- as well as that other group. So Wyatt Sells, no. Because Jeremiah James, he would have been yes, but then I just figure 3C is not going to be able to make it. 3B, Samson Tucker. 3A, Rudy Wallace knocks those two out. 2C, Carson Riddell knocks out Rudy Wallace. 3A, Franz Hockel, no. 2A, Braden LaSalle Jr. He's got a pretty good chance unless we've got one of those ones in here. Mike Keller, no. Alec Newcomb, no. 2C, Myung Cho, no. There's a 1C for Gail Honorado. Is he going to be in the third round lead? Could be. A couple 4Cs not going to make it. 2 more left. 2C, Burke Yielding. 1B, Yun Lee Song knocks out Honorado. Honorado will finish at B-. And it will leave Yun Lee Song at A+. Does not get a perk or issue, and back to being thirsty again, so sue me if I drink another one. Carson Riddell is the defending champion, but he is not going to make the final groupings. 23. Draw golfer contends with A, others contend with B+. So all of these guys are going to have a chance to get into the television broadcast. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 golfers in this group. We're going to draw one of them. 23 will not earn a perk or issue. There's 5. It's going to be this one. It is going to go to A, and it is Ruben Riggs. And let's see who else is in this group. Who's going to get... There's Gil Granbury is going to miss out on that potentially. We'll have to see. Ellis Moberly. Elaine Zelderloo, mentioned him earlier. Patel Downs. Valeni George. Zukowski, Simanowicz. Aberley. They're going to all be at B+. So they still have a chance, but they would be well down in their third round standings. So now 3 more groups left, and we're going to probably have to take a couple from here because we're a little bit short at the moment. Another 23, so it's going to be another draw golfer A. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to draw one. It's going to be 13. It'll be this guy. It's going to be Gooch Wilborg. And then everybody else will contend at B+. So let's go ahead and Chico Fonseca, Frederick Rhodes, Cameraman Ladas, Vasquez, Kanishi Wallace, Cameron. Gareth Leonard has gotten a bum rap of it here the last couple of weeks. And I'm going to have to figure out a procedure to figure out who's coming out of this. So I'm thinking about it as I do the last two groups. 11, top golfer gets A+. Others contend. This B+ is getting bigger by the minute. Ray Tuminello, Trent McAdams, Alan Duvall, Bruno Friedman, Smokey Novak, John Reisner, Sucheng Tienno, Kai Berry, Steve Runyon, Jay Laufenberg, Palmiro Cavallari. Trent McAdams goes to A+, and he gets a Perker issue. So now Westinghouse is the last, and let's see what he gets. That's a 12. The top golfer contends with A+, so Westinghouse will be up there as well. So we've got 3, 7, 8, 9. We're going to need 3 more golfers, and I'm a little bit disappointed in the fact that we don't have more of them spread out here along the C-, D+, D- spectrum here. So that's okay. It's not the end of the world by any stretch. It's just the way it goes sometimes when you're rolling dice that can definitely get on streaks of their own. So what are we going to do here, Earl? So this is how I'm going to do it. We will roll. So we're going to need 3. So we're going to put a 3 here. So we're going to take at least one draw golfer. I'm going to roll I don't know. I got to think about it some more. So, oh, gee. I got so into setting this up that I forgot to come up with a target score. So, or did I? No, I haven't. So the winning score from the previous season, was 281. I'm going to do my normal roll. 6 and a dot. So give me a second as I look up my file here. It's in a different section. And I'm also have to make some changes here on the scorecard because I separated everything, and so 6 and a dot is add 3. So our target score for this tournament is going to be 284, which is plus 4. 4 over par. So this is going to be we're going to start them out. I don't know if it's going to be this tough, but we're going to start it out in a place that is going to lead to probably an even par winning score thereabouts. It says plus 4, but I don't know if we can really dial it in that much because basically it goes to over 277. So the A pluses would be 209, which would be 1 under par. And I'm gonna make a an executive decision and just say, well, we'll start him at 1 under. I don't really, to me it doesn't really make too much of a difference whether or not we hit the target score or not. It's just a way to make sure that you're staging things appropriately. Okay, and then +5 is going to be our B plus group. How much of that can you guys see? See most of it. Let's just do this now. Okay, so the way I've been doing this, we've got 3 golfers here, so I've got white, black, green. There'll be white, black, green. I'm just going to do it that way. If it's odd, it's yes. If it's even, it's no. So the white is even, so that's no. So Yunli's song will be at even par. The black is odd, so isn't the green, so McAdams and Westinghouse will be -1. So they're going to be the leaders in the clubhouse starting the final round. Yunli's song will be 1 back. And in this case, where is silver? Let's go ahead and throw a silver die in there as well. So we will go white, black, silver, green. Dustin Emmerich is going to be +1. He's odd. Black is even, so Carlos Solari is +2. The rest are even, so Ruben Riggs, Will Borg are +2. Now, I'm just going to go with the white and the black here for Van Dyke and Co. They're both odd, so they'll both be +3. And now, here we go. This is how I'll do it. We're going to have 3. So, odd is top, even is draw. And so what each of these are, we will just, if there's, so let's just see it, and then we'll work it out. So we have 2 odd and 1 even. So we're going to have 1 draw and then the top 2 other than that. So this is going to be interesting because we've got a lot of cards here. So alright, so I'm not going to be able to do this with a roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fan him out here. I'm just going to pick this guy right. Let's first shuffle him up a bit, okay? I'm going to shuffle him up first so that we at least try to get some kind of randomization here, give the guys at the ends a possibility of getting in the middle because I'm probably going to be drawing one from the middle. And instead I'm going to draw one from right here. So it'll be this guy. It's going to be Dale George is the draw. He'll be +5. And then the top, I think we've already seen, it's Rance Aberley has a chance at it, but I think we've got Gil Granbury and Gareth Leonard. I think those are the only other 2 1s, or 1Bs. That's correct. So those guys are going to also be at +5. They're going to have a mountain to climb. And climb it they will. Or they won't, and they'll just flounder as they do in a lot of these tournaments. So, okay. So that's that. Hopefully that seems like a fair way to do it. Fair way. I did not intend for a golf pun, but hey, when in Rome, right? Let's check the chat. I've been going on here a ways. Same target score for your tour tomorrow. Yeah, well, you're also... Hi, John West, but you're also playing probably a par 72. Oh, yeah, so let's switch it over here for a second. Something that I need to mention. So on my form here, can you guys see that? I think you can. Looks like it. BALTUSROL farm in normal everyday play. I took these pars from the course itself. Is a par 72, but if you look at hole 1, 478 yard par 5 becomes is a par 4 for the open golfers, as well as hole number 7. Hole number 7 is a par 5, but here is a par 4. So and what really is going to make this a very interesting 18 holes with this par 70 layout is because of that. If I come over here, I'm going to have to switch this to a 4 and a 4, and that's why they're daunting instead of relatively easy. But we're going to, whoops, undo. 6 is a par 4. 7 is also a par 4. So what did I do here? I guess I didn't change that one. Okay, so 34 out, 36 in. The final 2 holes are par 5s. So it's going to make it interesting. A couple of notes. If we go back here, I also still have to roll the perks and the weather, so hang on just a second. But you got hole 2, which is going to be semi-direct and semi-friendly, so even though it's 4 degrees of course difficulty, you might have a chance if the golfer rolls a 1 or buys control to be able to reach that green even in 1, maybe have an eagle putt. You've got a lot of difficulty here. The par 3 is possible, okay. You got 6, which is semi-cordial, but still 5 degrees of course difficulty. 11 has a hole that has some question marks. So with the question marks, there's kind of like a choice. You can either play it safe and take an easy par putt, or you could go for it and maybe get a chance at an easy birdie. So you're supposed to choose before the tee shot. So before you roll it, you say, if I make it onto these question marks, this guy is going to play it safe, or this guy is going to go for it. So, and it goes by the decider die. And then the 18th, so the 17th, long par 5, not hard. You'll get some birdies there, but it's not going to be the birdie fest that 18 is, which is double cordial and direct. So this also has a choice that you have to make before the tee, that if you were to get the 5 and you end up on one of these question marks, you're either going to go for it or play it safe. If you go for it, you have a chance at ending up in the water. So some risk reward. That the new courses that Keith has made introduce that, which makes it pretty interesting as far as I'm concerned. Now let's go ahead and blow this up a little bit. I'm gonna need to roll on these perks. I'm not going to show you how the roll goes as far as the way the chart looks, but the chart is pretty easy to use. The way I do it is I roll 4 dice. I roll the white, which is going to be the category. There's 6 categories. The black is the sub category, or whatever you want to call it. So under each one there's 6 different potential things. Sometimes you need a count for like chips that they earn before the round. That's the green die, and then I use the decider to decide if it can be a TFN till further notice. The decider die will decide if it's yes or no. So here we're going to go with Dustin Emmerich to start. The white die is 4, which is Clubhouse. Then we go to black, which is 4. Starts the round with 1 red chip. So that's what Emmerich will start with. Hang on, I need to do this over here. Oh. There we go. So now Carlos Solari. The other thing I'll do is I'll dig into the, because we have to look up and see if there's other TFNs that we need to add. Okay, so the category 3 is media, which is media spotlight, analyst criticisms. The black is 3, which is going to be blue chips, and then the 2 for Carlos Solari. So he will start with 2 blue chips. We'll put them right on there right now. Oh, the sound went out. That's what you guys are saying. Duh. You know what I did? I have a shortcut set up here on this stupid program to where I can mute. I can set it up to mute. Well, I don't need it to mute, and it just wants to. It wants to screw me over every. Shift I is it. Sorry about that. I'm going to get rid of this stupid thing. I don't need to toggle the mic. I don't want the mic toggling off. Stupid thing. So, we already decided New Jersey is northern U.S. It's like it's more like mid-continental, but or mid-Atlantic. I don't know what you want to call it, but I chose northern U.S. and we didn't get any effects, so it's going to be normal. Hopefully, I don't know when did I must have lost it when I was in the middle of doing the TFNs. So basically, we don't have any more TFN. You only get 5 at any one time. It's kind of the way that you are able to cycle in and out guys with special qualities. Like Dustin Emmerich lost the extra control when I think it was Eddie Sykes got a TFN quality. So it's just kind of a way, and it allows injuries to go away in a certain amount of time. So, you know, it's similar to the History Maker baseball thing. They do the same kind of thing with that. So, yeah, I had, like I said, shortcuts they're good when you need them, and then when you don't, they just bite you in the bippy every time. So, all right, I don't know what you guys. I don't know. I'm not sure when I'm going to play this out. It might be tonight. It might be tomorrow. I know. Indecision is the root of all evil. No, that's not right. The love of money is the root of all evil. Indecision is. I don't know. I can't decide what it is. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. I've taken up enough of your time. You know, mystery. Like I said, I'm gonna change the title of it. And thank you guys. You guys are the best. You guys put up with some of my moodiness. You know, I do an unboxing, which is usually the gamer's coup de grace, or you know, the highlight of his month. And I sat there yesterday and kind of like was a little bit on the Debbie Downer side. Thank you guys for understanding. I'm glad that we've got this out, and you know, I don't know. I have to see what's going on after dinner. Maybe I will get this started and try to get half of it done or something like that. So, yeah. So from BALTUSROL, or the BALTUSROL Farms Golf Club, if you will, we're going to sign off here from the third round. We're going to look forward to the final round. Trent McAdams, John Westinghouse with a one-shot lead over Yun Lee's Song heading into the final day of the American Open from the BALTUSROL Farms Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey. See you soon. Hit like, hit subscribe. Thanks a lot for supporting the channel as you guys do. And here hopefully is a little bit of one of my signature compositions I called it Testing, and it was like kind of like at the beginning of this COVID thing. I got into a little bit of music recording, and I just started with a looper, and it just sounded really kind of like morose and kind of like it's a testing time. So I'm hoping that this will find you guys feeling the same way, and a little bit of guitar solo toward the end, hopefully. So see you soon with the final round of the American Open.